Hey, you tourists. Hey, you tourists. It's your boy, Domination. This is back of the basic. Sugar the deuces. How to do text, baby. Man of was back. You know this or this or this. Real men rise up. Fake men rise down. Rule rise up. Fake rise. And today, topic we're gonna talk about back of the basics. Um, Even though to the stream, we're gonna talk about the top 25 greatest comedy. In my opinion, I just come up with my list, and I hope you come up with your list with what what the greatest comedy movie is to you. Well, we have a number one. I mean, number one on the. Just watch it a few days ago, and it was directed. Um, Trying to see on my phone who movie Animal House, and I liked it. And this movie, Animal House, it's a classic. It came out in 1978, and who directed this movie named John Dish is the greatest comedy movie because recipes to John Belushi. You know, I don't know. I think his last movie he ever did was called The Blues Brothers. This is his actual. God bless so animal John Belushi in the lunch cafeteria in college. He grabbed all the food together on the tray and sent one of the preppy rich kids, and he stuffed the food in his mouth. And this woman said he ate like a pig. So what he do? He smothered his whole face, his whole cheek. He pounded his cheeks and spit out the food out he was eating and spit it at them. It was funny. He said, uh, I'm a suck it, get it, something like that. And as soon as they start trying to get at him, that's when they have a food fight. It was funny. My also favorite scene where this woman just fell out of the whole parade and jump out of the boy, jumping in and jumping landing in the boy's bedroom, and the little boy look up to there and say, "Thank you, Lord." It was funny. It was a fun John Landish, and the movie was a classic. It made money, $3 million, and like 141.6 million on the box office, and it's a classic movie, and directed by John Landish, and also produced by Maddie Simmons and Vitaly Redmond, but something like that. I think he's Russian. But this is a good movie. If you're not seeing it, I put it on 25 because it's the greatest comedy movie for college kids, for colleges everywhere. For all you college people that go to college, go watch the movie Animal House, classic movie, and I guarantee you will love it. So I put on a number. Porky is a funny movie. It's a bunch of high school kids, and what's so funny about Porky Porky, it's so funny where all it's like a spin off the Animal House, but this is like in high school. Like kids, like think about what they want to get laid. This movie came out in 1981. The movie came out in 1981, and who directed this is Bob Clark. Bob Clark, and produced by Don Connery and Bob Clark. So it's made like 4 or 5 million budget, and the box office is 160 million. So it came out 1981 and November the 13th. So it's a funny movie, man. It's a bunch of high school kids, but my favorite character always is Pee Wee because he didn't have enough experience with women. He still try to get enough experience when it comes to the ladies, man. So they always play a trick on him. It was a funny movie, and that's why I put it on the number 24 because it's a hilarious comedy movie. If you've not seen Porky, go see it. It's a classic movie. That's on number 24. Number 25, the number 23 is Pee Wee Big Adventures. What's so funny about this movie, even though the accusation about the guy who played Pee Wee, this movie I put in there because It's a funny movie. Pee Wee had to go and venture to try to get his bike back. They stole his bike. I don't know how they stole his bike. All they who stole his bike is the bully guy. He sold it for somebody and then go all the way to the studio to be on the motion pictures for movies in Hollywood. He had to go all the way just to get his bike back. All the trouble, meet new friends and all that stuff. And that's what's so funny about this. It's a funny movie. I mean, even though I don't agree with the accusation he does, even if he did it or not, but it's a great movie. Pee Wee Big Adventure #23. So if you're not seeing it, go see it. It's a classic movie. The Blues Brothers. That's another John Belushi movie. Um, and Daryl Wood. This movie is very classic, not only because John Belushi in it, and then Elwood, not Delroy, Dead Elroy, something like that. It's a classic movie because it's a bunch of two guys trying to bring a band, but they have to get the message from God, saving the village, saving unfortunates when they, I guess they were orphans or something like that. These guys wear the same plain hitman suits, and what's so funny about this movie? This other guy playing two plain crusted toes and 4 or 5 pieces fried chicken. That is crazy. And it got a lot of people up in the movie, even the part two one. Did you know part two is the most expensive one because it got all the entertainers in there? So if you've not seen the Blue Brothers, you need to go see the Blue Brothers because that is a classic, one of the best classic comedy movies of music comics out there. And that's number two. Number 21 is Up in Smoke. Reason why I say Up in Smoke is very classic because Cheech and Chong, before Redman, before Method Man, before Martin and Jerry Lee Lewis, before all these other people up in there, what matching of the comedy best comedy duo is Cheech and Chong. And what's so funny about it, this is where Friday got their influence from, the movie Friday. Because that's who started off the whole marijuana skits. I'll be back, folks. I promise you, I will be back. when they ask you for some. All right, where I'm at? I'm at Up in Smoke. Yeah, no. I'm up of the Blues Brothers. Okay, when we talk about the Blues Brothers, it's a very classical movie. My favorite comedy is Coming to America. Yeah, uh, 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 that movie too, but I don't put it on this list. I put in my own list what the comedies that I like, but I should have put it on there. Coming to America was all right, but to me, it's funny, but it's really comedy. It's more like a romantic comedy, though. We're talking about the most funniest movies that's being really funny to give laughter. But that is a good movie too, man. I can't knock it down. It's a classic. So Rick, Rick Shooter. So you're right. Come to America is a classical movie. Okay, the Blues Brothers, number 22. Um, it's a classical movie because all the great music out there. Not the not the real one come to America. I heard it ain't good. I don't know how true that is, but I need to see that. A lot of people say it was number one number one streams out there. The remake one coming to America. All right, okay. I'm trying to think where I am in the list because I think I did finish talking about Blues Brothers, but okay, Up in Smoke. That's number 21. The reason why I like Up in Smoke is because it's Cheech and Chong. Before all these other people come in, it was really these two guys, Tommy Chong, and I forgot that other guy's name is. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. His partner duo. And what's so funny was there was a scene where this guy was just standing there. The Tommy was opposed as a woman, and they're going to pull other side to try to pick this girl up, and come to find out it wasn't a girl, it was actually Tommy Chong. And it was so funny that, like, wait a minute, you ain't no woman. No, he said he had to be like this in order to get a to ditch a ride. That was funny, and they were very funny. These people were just hilarious. Up in Smoke, and I like Cheech and Chong. Up in Smoke. If you never seen them Up in Smoke, you need to go see it. It's on number 21. All right, number 20 is Toy, the great, the great late Richard Kings of comedy. I don't care what people say about this man. Without Richard Pryor, it would never be Red Fox. It wouldn't be Chris Rock. It wouldn't be none of those guys if it wasn't for that man who makes man of comedy. So rest in peace to Richard Pryor. I like Richard Pryor because even from the movie Toy, my favorite scene in the movie Toy, where this little kid was going to buy something from the store and he want the black. And one thing, he controlled the press. When I tell it's all lies, it's all lies. If I tell if it's all true, it's all truth. Because the media and all them people, mainstream media, massive media controls what the truth is and what the lies is. And he made this guy take down, basically pull his pants down. His butler or whatever. It was so humiliation. Oh, it wasn't his butler. I think it was his fellow worker. When he told him to take off his pants down, if he don't do it, he'll lose his job. He took it down, and it was humiliating. He said, "You see that? That's reality." And he had the power to do that. Richard Pryor and that kid did not like that. See, that just show you how evil this world can be, because they define what lies and truth. Because the real truth is the real truth, and the real lies is not only hidden, it's what seek out and seeketh us. It's very classic, and that's in on number 20. And number 19 is Bad News Bears, because Bad News Bears, they just some bunch of badass kids playing baseball. And what's so funny about this movie, these kids are not really good at playing sports, especially baseball. They lose on everything, and only thing that was good is probably the bad boy or whatever, or that girl. That's about it. And they people gave him a hard time, especially other kids. But I like the part in the end when they try to prove their baseball skills, even though they lost of a team, and play very well. Even though from part one and two, this little boy said you could take that streaker trophy and shove it up your ass and see. We'll see y'all next year. And that's what the it was funny. It was celebrate even though they lost. So it's a good movie. It's about true sportsmanship. I believe Hardball, that movie from Nicolas Cage, uh, 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 Keanu Reeves, not Nicolas Cage, Keanu Reeves. Uh, what about? We'll get on. Stay tuned on that. Uh, the Bad News Bears is a classic movie. If you never see it, go see it. Not last, not least, but on number 19. But number 18, we're this is about the Goonies. If you never seen the movie Goonies, and all got the famous actors who have big names for themselves, like the Goonies, I love that movie. I love that movie because they were a bunch of kids, scavenge of basically treasure, one eye Willie. So they have to go to some kind of a house, a house of some kind of. I'll tell you, man, the mother, she had her picks about her two children. She always slapped the older child and never slapped the younger child, and that was messed up because the younger child just as much as not as the older child is. The other guy, he just sang too damn much. Oh, fake ass Ricky Martin wanna be a Pierce singing ass motherfucker like whatever the fuck he is. Try to think Ricky Martin, but he's nothing but Ricky Martin like. Man, it just he think he can sing. Yeah, he's just annoying. So the movie came out in June of 1985, and who directed is Richard Dean, and also wrote about rough rough business night. I never heard of it. What that is about? Because I don't put this in the list. This is my list. What I think the greatest comedy movies, though. I never heard of that movie. I never heard of it. I need to see that. So might be a comedy movie. I never heard of it. Okay, directed by the Richard Dean and story about Steven Spielberg, one of the greatest detail wreck movies of all time. And they got household names up in there. You got Corey Feldman in the movie. What made him be the person he is because of this movie. And there was and Steve Sean Austin, Sean Aces or something like that, and Corey out of Cornemy. The, he loved to eat food. I mean, I'm a big man myself, but damn, every time you see this kid, he always liked to eat. He always liked to eat. And then when especially that part, one of the ugly baby face, unbaby like ugly baby face crook of a hideous monster. He gave his Babe Ruth to this creature, and he started to be friends with Chunks, and it was so funny. They found the treasure and all that, and got the crooks, and they find and they see the set shells over there. If you not have seen the movie Goonies, go see the movie. It's very classic. So that's a number 18. And number 17 is Home Alone. Why Home Alone? Because I love Cully Colton. Home Alone. What about the Revenge of the? I believe me, I'm going to get into that. I'm going to get into that. Just I got to talk about these other things in my list. Um, um, Home Alone is a good movie because not only Cully Culkin's in it, one of the most child time. Cully Culkin, my favorite scene in the movie where he played of a gangster movie. I don't know what it's called, but he was trying to trick he was trying to trick the piece of man to make them think that he had to leave the pizza there. Soon as he heard what's on the talk, and then it was gunshot or fireworks inside a firecracker. I was scared. He just left. Merry Christmas, you filthy animal, and Happy New Year. That shit was funny. I like it. It's a very classic movie. If you're not seeing Home Alone, go see this movie. It's very classic. That's number 17. Number 16 is Dutch. Hurry up, man. We moving too slow. Well, be patient, okay? Don't be like that. Just be patient. I'm move as fast as I can. Be patient, all right? Don't do that. Be patient. Okay, all right. Dutch is a good movie too, because it's about this guy keeping an eye on this rich kid. Basically, she take to meet this new guy in her life, and it was this and that. He didn't have any friends. It's like Home Alone and all these other kids movies. If you're not seeing Dutch, go see Dutch because it's a classic movie, man. Especially the scene in the end where he tricked the boy when he shot him with the playful gun. So if you're not seeing it, go see the movie Dutch, and that's a number 16. And number 15, number 15 is Good Burger. Reason why I like Good Burger is because Good Burger is a good movie because if you're not seeing it, I went to the movie theaters long time ago see the good movie Good Burger and Keenan Thompson and Kel Mitchell. I like this movie because especially Ed was just the guy who was flipping burgers and stuff like that. Like, but especially one of the best comedy line skits of all time, of the funniest line. Welcome to the Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take you out there? No, Ed was just he a trip, man. He a trip. And Steve and the other boy, think his name Dexter, he had to repay the car for his teacher, but because for he had to get a summer job to order pay the damage what he did to his teacher's car. So he had to work. He was trying Monto Burger, but didn't work out pretty well. Then he went to the Good Burger. So it's a classic movie. Go see the movie Good Burger. It's on the number 15 on the list. What I like about the movie, and number 14, Tommy Boy. I want to say the rest in peace to Chris Aldi. I like this movie because he played Tommy in order to get his father's business back to basically to sell. Do you watch porn? What they got to do with this? Pretty brown eyes. I don't know. I don't know why you asked. Not the point. I'm just speaking on this my favorite movie list. But if you want to know, then you got to really talk to me in a private chat. Then I'll let you know. Other than I'm not gonna say it. Okay, Tommy Boy. Uh, After Tommy had to, when his dad died, they took over his dad's business. He had to save his dad's business in order to sell some car brakes for to save his dad's company. And Stu Richard, who played David Spade, he had to join the ride in order to save the business and show him the ropes of the ways to save the car business. And it's funny, man. If you've not seen the movie Tommy Boy, go see that movie. It's a classic movie. So number 14, um rest in peace to Chris Foley, man. He will be missed. Number 13. Number 13 is uh Conehead. If you don't see the movie Conehead, it's in Dan Aykroyd. That's a funny movie because it was about these alien people come to the earth and they needed some ways of better life. They supposed to destroy the planet, but they did the opposite. They were trying to live everyday normal lives. And when they find so if you not see this movie Conehead, it's a classic movie. It is a very funny movie. So that's in number 13. Okay, number 12 is Billy Madison. If you never watched Billy Madison and at Tom Sandler, that's a good movie, man. Why would a 25-year-old, a 27-year-old have to go back to school to save his dad's business? That's what's so crazy about that. And he met this teacher lady in order to save, in order to basically have a relationship with this woman, even though he ain't supposed to have a relationship. teacher, but he old enough, so he's not a kid. He had to save his dad's business in order to keep this coming. If you not have seen Billy Madison, go see that movie. That's in number 12 in my list. And then what comes number 11 is Mars Attack. That's a very funny movie. It's about these aliens come in there and destroy the world, but they was trying to make some peace offering, but the peace very failed to the folks. And what's so funny, they all over the place. They tried their best to try to keep the peace with them, but they didn't want that, so they deceived them folks. If you've not seen Mars Attack, go see Mars Attack. It's a very classic movie, and it's on number 12. Number 12, and the number 11. Okay, number 11, because number 12 is Billy Madison. Mars Attack is number Jay and Silent Bob. If you not see that movie is very hilarious because these two guys just standing around at a liquor store. I mean, in a corner store all the time, just hanging out, smoke weed, whatever. And what's so funny about it, Silent Bob don't even say much unless he wanted to. They were just standing there and they was talking about the time, and it's a funny movie. If you not see the movie, go see the movie called uh uh Jay and Silent Bob movie Strikes Back. Go see that movie. So that's a number 10. Number 9 is American Pie movie. My favorite movie, American Pie, is because what's so funny about the movie American Pie, where he go. Thank you, baby, thank you. I think you kind of sexy as well. Um, okay, on the movie number 9 on American Pie movie, there was a scene where he make it out with this chick, and he didn't know what to do. He was a nerdy kind of guy. He never experienced enough of women, and he was on the line, and they watching him like the whole world watching him, and that was on webcam. I mean, back then wasn't that much internet back then in the '90s, but on a she was so hot, man. He didn't know what to do. But that's a funny skit. And what's so funny it's great. But another funny scene where he smothered a pie in his private part, if you know what I mean. The dude is a virgin. So basically he tried to have a better life for his sex life for his high school years, for he girls until he finished high school, until he had the great moments in his life in high school. So for all you lonely kids out there, losers, but you're not losers. You are very special in your own way. Stay up and stay strong, and you be all right. You're gonna have the best years in high school, but it's great years when you go to college. If you're not seeing the movie American Pie, go see it, and that's in number 9. Okay, number 8 is Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I like that movie because this guy had to battle settle 7 exes in order to date this girl Veronica, whatever her name was. And in order to beat 7 exes, he could be the new boyfriend, new lover in her life. And it was very crazy. It's like a video game comedy skits of a game comedy. It was very funny, but I like it. If you're not seeing this movie, Scott Pilgrim versus the World, you don't know what you're missing. Okay, that's number 8. Number 7 is Waterboy. The reason why I like Waterboy is because Waterboy is about a dude who's been staying with his mama in order to basically try to do better for himself. Everything is the devil towards his mom. She hid him from the world because the way the world is, she don't want nobody to take advantage of her child. Because she figured if the father, the son had been her as well. She hid him from the world. Then when he started playing football and all that, he got tired of people talking about him. He got fired from a college football team and went from another one. Uh, I like my part when he said, foosball. My mama said I can't play foosball. It's foods, man. I ain't think Louisiana like that, eating crocodile, snakes, and who knows what they eat. Even frogs. I couldn't believe they eat stuff like that. I'd rather eat chicken than eat that stuff, but I ain't got nothing against Louisiana. Shout out to Louisiana, shout out to New Orleans, Baton Rouge. Y'all doing your thing. That's just to the country. Okay, that's a number 7. And number 8, that's a number 7 for Waterboy. Number 7. Number 6 is Dumb and Dumber. Man, I love that movie, Dumb and Dumber. And I'm gonna tell you, I love Dumb and Dumber because he got Jim Carrey in there, and I forgot the other guy's name is. Dumb and Dumber is a very classical movie because it tells 24, and it's a very classical movie. And his name is Jerry 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 Dealer, something like that. Uh, and it's about these two guys living together, and they find this or money in that briefcase. You mean to tell me they went from all across the parts of the states just to get her briefcase back, and he fell in love with her? And Lloyd Christmas did not know that money they was going to kidnap the money because she was endangered by these crooked crooks and this other guy, rich guy, trying to take over her family stuff, business. So if you not see Dumb and Dumber, it's funny. Especially I like the part where when Lloyd, oh my God, especially the part where you want to hear an annoying voice, and the guy said, "Guys, it was hilarious." How many people can drove a van of a sheepdog? Not too many people do that. It's a very classical comedy movie. If you're not seeing Dumb and Dumber, you need to go see it. It's a great classic movie. So that's on number 7. Number 6, basically. My bad. Number 6. Number 5 is Super Bad. If you never seen a movie called Super Bad, that's the best comedy high school classic movie. Especially the part when the guy who with the whole fake ID in order to get some brews, some beers, and he put McLovin in there instead of his first name. And he said, McLovin? What? That's it? McLovin is friends like, what are you supposed to be? A R&B, a Irish R&B singer? What about New Jack? I didn't put that in the list. You have to put your own list. What you think is the great comedy movie? I don't see that New Jack is a comedy movie. It's like more like a gangster movie. But everybody has their own opinion. Oh, but anyway, Superbad is a good movie. It's a very good movie because, especially the part where he say, "I am McLovin," and the other guy said, "McLovin is a very stupid fucking name." Steph, he says he don't exist. Why you just can't name your name Muhammad? And he does got a point. He said, "Listen, ass face, everybody, 100 kids, it basically, and no, that part when he said Muhammad is the most common names, fucking asshole." And say, and also he said that listen, kid, listen, ass face. Every kid would go to get a fake ID and always add it to 21, even though he put 25, put 25 instead of 21. If you're not seeing Super Bad, you don't. It's the best funny comedy movies you ever seen in your life. That's on number 5. Number 4 is 40-year-old version. This guy was 40-year-old virgin, wanted to get laid, but you felt bad for the guy because he didn't have experience from enough for women, and his friends give him a hard time because he's 40 years old. He's going to turn 41, and they told him that he got to hurry up and get laid as fast because we live in a messed up society nowadays. At least it's better to be a virgin than got to deal with these baby mama drama and having these disease and all the other stuff. The people who get laid, those that got problems, and they still sleep in the bed on their side and still don't have nobody on their side. It's best to find somebody that you love, who you spend the rest of your life with. If you're not seeing 40-year-old version, I suggest you see it. It's a learning of movie, comedy movie. So go see it. And then that's number 4. Number 3 is Scary Movie. What about Harvey Superboy? What they got to do with Harvey Superboy? Why you ask me that? Is something wrong with Harvey? Why you ask me that, Mark, Andrew? I mean, I hope Harvey's okay, but what they got to do with this list of the greatest comedy movies of all time? Everybody got to come up with their own list. Anyway, okay, with Scary Movie, It was so funny about Scary Movie where, oh my god, especially the part where there was, oh man, it's a lot of funny stuff in Scary Movie, especially the part when they pick up the phone. This is my favorite part all time, and it's like, and pick up the phone, and they like say, what's up, and like, what's up? They got that from a real life people that doing that. That's my favorite skit that's my favorite scene of the movie. If you're not seeing Scary Movie, man, you miss a hilarious of comedy movie. I thought Harvey Superboy had a list. I don't know what Harvey Superboy had anything to do with it. Um, I don't know if he watched movies or not, but why you ask? This is my list. I don't know about everybody's list, greatest comedy movies, but each his own. So I hope Harvey's okay. But if you've not seen the movie, Scary Movie, go see it. It's a great movie. Great comedy movie. That it's a lot of funny stuff, and that's number three. Number two is The Mask. Why I like The Mask? Because it got Jim Carrey in there. Jim Carrey is a good, legendary, funny actor, and especially where the scene where when he's wearing a mask, he a whole different person. And Stanley Ickus, that's a part he played, and he was alone, and he was a some kind of running a bank, you know, from basically checking people's account and stuff. And he was lonely. He didn't have much anything to do to not have experience. So it changed his life when he had the mask. When he basically, I think somehow, some way, he found it somewhere. He found it, and that's what changed everything in his life. Once he started wearing a mask, his whole different personality changed. And if you never seen the movie Mask, go see it. It's one of the best comedy movies of all time. That's I put number two. But we all talk about all the other lists, but here comes number one. Number one is Friday. I put Friday on the list because Friday is one of the best comedy movies of the all times, in my opinion, because Ice Cube do a great deal of a classic movie he did, and this is a hood classic movie where everybody was in there, and they need to put the last Friday and get it over with because people have been wanting to see that for years. My favorite character of the movie was Smokey from Chris Tucker because he said a lot of funny stuff that he say, and I like when he said that he's a uh, what kind of shit is that? Most of the people borrow sugar, maybe ketchup. You want to borrow my car? And she said, yeah. And he said, hell no. Go on with your broke ass. Talking about remember. She said, told him remember that. Remember that right ticket. I don't give a fuck. He told the best line in that movie. Ice Cube, who played Craig, he played tell a few lines, but Chris Tucker, he got the best parts that he ever said in the movie. And that's what made this movie very classic. It's an everyday relatable. And I put Friday number one because that's one of the best classical movie all time. It get fun and laughters and out there. If you're not watching Friday, go see that movie. Oh, recipes to Devo. Oh yeah, recipes. Tiny Liston Jr. Man, recipes. I'm gonna miss him. And recipes to Pops too. Oh man, they need to hurry up and make that Friday movie and get it over with. Because people have been wanting to see that for years. And Warner Brothers on that bullshit. Everybody should have got paid on this. This is the best movie to ever talk about. They talk about a lot of comedies, movies, greatest comedy movies, but not like Friday. Friday is the best comedy movie I've ever seen in my life. If you're not seeing the movie Friday, you don't know what you're missing. One of the best good comedy sketches of comedy. But all I can say about this, though, we already come up with these lists. In case I don't miss anything, no, I didn't miss anything. I just want to make sure. No, I ain't missed nothing. So try to see. I think this is my own list, man. This is my own list. If you're not seeing the movie Friday, man, I don't know what to tell you if you don't know what movie you're missing on. But this is my own list of the greatest comedy movies. But what is your greatest list of comedies? Then fill me in and let me know. And I think that's the end of the stream. Sure to do this out through text, baby. Right. Peace. I'm out. All right. Peace.